Come on now. Y'all already know what this is. First things first. God did this. Get mad with us. I'm your humble host, your man, your myth, your legend, Eric Knight. And today, you know, I know. Yesterday, I know some of y'all was a little mad. I didn't do the weekly review. I get it. Look, there's a lot of stuff going on. All right. Yesterday was so much wrestling. Okay, we had NXT Deadline. Collision was yesterday. Even Ashe Wrestling was doing a pay per view. So you can only imagine how much I really had to try to cram in into my brain all in one day. It was a lot. But, 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 I got to talk about a lot of the stuff that happened on NXT Deadline last night because I'm a little intrigued. I'm a little, uh, uh, I'm a little interested, and I'm low key a little happy. But that being said, let's go ahead and start it off, man. Let's really kind of talk about how they started the show off. Okay, I mean it's kind of crazy. I'm surprised that they started off with this, but at the same time, it made sense. So let's go ahead and talk about this first match of the night, where we had Ricky Saints going up against the ruler Oba Bammy. Now, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie, man. A lot of stuff that was happening on with this match. A lot of stuff that was going on. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of times, I ain't gonna lie, Ricky, you did your thing. You really held on your own. But again, come on. We talking about the ruler. And y'all know how I get when Oba come out. Dun 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 dun. Wow. Dun-dun-dun. Man, look, man, Obafemi, he wasn't capping on what he said. He told Ricky Saints, the dawn of the Ricky Saints era is coming. I said, oh, damn. Look, Oba killed this. And what I loved at the end of the match, my man Ricky Saints, giving that real good professional handshake at the end. I said, I feel that. I feel that a whole 100%. Now, what leaves me intrigued, and the first thing I said was, once Oba won, I said, all right, now, Javon better be the one to win that deadline match now. And we're going to get into that in a little bit. But let's go ahead and talk about. I'm not even going to go into the next match. I'm going to go a little bit out of order because some of the stuff I got to talk about, and some of the stuff, is a certain thing. Let's talk about this next match, man, with that man, Ego. That man, Ethan Page, man, going up against Mr. Iguana. Look, I ain't gonna lie, this was a fun match, man. Mr. Iguana, killing it as always. I love what he's doing, man. But I mean, honestly, I wasn't surprised about this when it came to Ethan Page. To be honest, this might be one of the longest title reigns I've seen Ethan Page have with this North American title. I should have known it was going to be that way since they gave that man a whole new belt look. So, yeah, man. I mean, this wasn't a surprise. I still love the match. I thought it was a great match. I mean, granted, it's a NXT takeover, NXT PLE as they call them now, but this was still a really good match, man. I mean, honestly, when we talk about some of the stuff that Mr. Iguana is doing, especially everything he's doing, in NXT with AAA. I mean, honestly, the man's doing great work. The man's doing great work. But I still fear for this man. I really do. I fear for him because, granted, don't get me wrong, Mr. Iguana is entertaining. I love what he has. He's got aura. Okay. But we're really talking about the nitty-gritty here. How far is this going to get my man, Mr. Iguana? Especially with WWE. I don't want to see my man be a comedy act. I don't want to see my man just be an entertainment act. Granted, he's got aura. I'm not saying let's throw a title on him right now, but come on, let's give him something. But again, I still love what he did with him. I think 100%. When we're looking at everything with Ethan Page, especially with Mr. Iguana as a whole, Mr. Iguana's been active. Okay, you seen what he's been doing with Lola Vice and AAA, and I mean, I'm loving what they're doing with him so far. But again, please don't waste this, man. Let's not do that. But let's go ahead and talk about another match because the last two I'm gonna talk about is the deadline matches. So let's go ahead and knock out some of these single matches and nitty gritty. The only thing I gotta say about this, man.
Just 1 minute. Oh,
You gotta be
I
kidding
never
me.
thought.
Yeah, man, and I know what y'all are thinking. Eric, why do you feel this way? Eric, why did you queue up Cuba Good? Why did you prop him up like, look, man, I ain't gonna lie. This injustice and some of the stuff that's going on with Tatum Paxley has gotta stop. It's gotta stop. Look, Sean, I done told you before. I don't usually have a problem with the stuff you do in NXT, but when it comes to the titles, that's my issue. And now, when it comes to Tatum Paxley and some of these other women right now, low key, that is becoming my issue. I ain't talking my girl P Nasty. Come get your issue. No, but seriously though, I mean, come on, man. Like, look. So you mean to tell me, right? We put first of all, before anything else, we put the belt on Tatum. Let her have that moment at Halloween Havoc. Few weeks later, for her to be betrayed by the culling, and then you take the title off of her, and now she's just automatically out of the title picture. I haven't even seen Tatum talk about the title since she lost it. I don't think she's worried about just her friends. I get it. Tatum's been through a lot. Damn near. I mean, probably one of those things I'd probably say trauma. She probably traumatized from even having friends or damn near friendships or relationships. Y'all have scarred this woman. But I mean, granted, I like, what they doing with her. I do, but I don't. Because at the same time, Tatum Paxley is one of those women I think has a lot she can give to the business. Not only that, the creativity that she's doing. Okay, you imagine seeing a matchup or a mashup with her and Nikki Cross? Come on. Nikki Cross is crazy. Tatum Paxley is insane. That's a matchup I'd love to see. I might sound toxic for saying that, but when you think about two women that are crazy, you know what I'm saying? That I'm not gonna say they dabble in the dark arts, but I think these are two women that you could do something with that. You could cook. Now, granted, I even think when Jason Tatum when Tatum Paxley was doing having a little feud with Wendy Chu, I thought they had something there. Actually, low key, I thought they was about to be a tag team. I was all for it, but they kind of broke that up really early. Start to stop. I've been telling y'all about this. But I mean, again, when it comes to Tatum Paxley, man, like the girl been here for a few years now. The fact that she sniffed that title reign for a little bit, y'all took it away. I don't know, man. Low key foul. Low key foul, man. I ain't gonna cap, man. I ain't gonna cap. But what they're doing with Izzy, okay? Now I'm mad about how they kind of pushing Izzy. I think so far we're really looking at the the timeline and the storyline that Izzy's been on. I think she's been on something that's been pretty promising. I mean, granted, she had the North American title opportunity a couple of times. One of those times being in that ladder match last year. She didn't win it, but I think she still has a lot of potential to really be a champion. That being said, damn it, she can really be a North American champion. Again, I say this and I've said this every time. That North American Women's Champion is to make that mid card a banger. You have plenty of women that could really go crazy for that mid card right now. We are not utilizing all of the women that could really be doing some work with that, like a Lola Vice. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. But like a Lola Vice, a Jada Parker, I can't say Lash no more, Lash on the main roster. But we need to do something a little bit more with this, man. Look, I ain't gonna lie. You should have gave Izzy Dane a North American title reign real quick. This is the thing I don't understand. You have a mid card title, and this is what the whole purpose of a mid card champion is for. Specifically, we even break down like the U.S. title or really the Intercontinental title. Was that already symbolized when you won that? Oh, well, you had a lot of potential to get your ass to that main title. But Come on, we are not using this North American title to its full abilities. I mean, and that can really just be the whole mid card in general, or the tag team division in general, or damn near the main card title, the picture in general. Because honestly, we are not. They're not utilizing all these people. You got people that are just here. You're throwing them in these main card title picture matches them to just keep losing, taking the pin. Stop that BS now. Put them on the mid card. You can have them look strong. You can have them look good. And then, I mean, and then think about all the feuds you could have. At this point, you're just having a bunch of feuds. Like really, come on. Tatum and Izzy. There was no title or nothing on the line for this. Granted, I'm not saying we always need a title, a title shot or a title match, but come on, man. Like when you having some of these random ass matches, granted, you can have a grudge match, you can have a blood match. Oh, that's fine. But that should not be the case for at least 2 out of the 5 matches on the card. This is a PLE for God's sake. I don't see why we're not seeing all of the titles being defended. Blake Monroe just won the damn title not too long ago. Why is she not on the card? This is a problem. We putting these mid card titles on people, specifically like a Blake Monroe or damn near like a Sol Ruka. You put the titles on them, and I can even go to the main roster if I really want to talk about it. But I mean, you're putting the titles on them, and then you don't even show them on the next on the show next week, or sometimes the next 2 weeks. Sometimes they just pop up. Oh, I forgot they was even here. I forgot they was even the champion. That's a damn shame. If I have to look up who the champion is for a certain brand, for a certain division, it's ridiculous. Showcase these champions more. I just feel like if you're gonna put a title on them, there's a reason for it. You put a title on them because you're saying, hey, that person's a star. That man's a star. That woman's a star. That tag team's a star. But no, we're damn near using the titles like they're props. Come on, man. We got to stop with this, man. I ain't gonna cap. I won't even try to get it all into, but it's ridiculous, man. Like what at this point, then what do we even create the titles for? You know, we're not going to give anything that's prestige. We're not going to sit there and give meaningful storylines or title reigns. Why even create more? Because at that point, you're doing it for just a social media pop. You're doing it for reactions. And then when you put it on somebody, nothing. No pop, no aura. You're not even building nothing for them for their title reign. You're just throwing it on them and say, here you go. Make it happen. No. Damn. Anyway, but let's go ahead and get into the first deadline match, and that's with the women. And honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now, Sean, I ain't gonna tell you to count your days, but bro, it's another one of those, man.
Just 1 minute. Oh,
You gotta be
I
kidding
never
me.
thought.
I was sick to my damn stomach. And the reason why, I'm gonna tell y'all, I was sick to my damn stomach for a lot of reasons. A lot of damn reasons. First of all, how many times are we gonna keep putting Jordan Grace in an NXT women's title opportunity just for her ass to lose? That's my first one. Second one, okay, now let's really get into this. How many times, and this is another one, how many times are we gonna put Lola Vice in the title picture opportunity just for her ass to lose? How many, like we've seen Lola Vice compete for this NXT champion so many times. And and it's not even against her, but y'all still keep playing it like she still can't get the job done. I get it. Y'all high off of Fatal Influence, and again, I 100% because when it comes to JC Jane, I've said this before on this show. She deserves that title. She deserves a lengthy, good title reign. But that being said, And y'all took the title off of her a few weeks ago to give it to Tatum. And that meant nothing. And then we're going to sit there and give the title back to her. We're going to put it back on JC Jane. Mind you, she didn't even defend the title for this PLE, which I get it. It's Deadline. What are you sitting there defending it for? But if Ricky had to defend it, I mean, well, damn. Where JC at? Here's another thing, man. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Look, then you're gonna put Sol Ruka in this and had her beefing with this whole thing with Zarya. I don't get this, bro. I don't get and for real, I'm that I'm not. Then y'all gonna sit there and do my girl Lonnie like she a scrub. Like she not good enough, or she not built to do this. You just had her. First of all, this woman has had a North American title reign and now a TNA Knockouts title reign. Now, my man, Mr. Exclusive, talked about this last week. If you took this title off of Kalani and she's not competing for this main title, what are we doing this for? What was the point? What was really the whole true reason? Because at this point, you took it off of Lonnie. You put it on my girl Maylin. I can't. I always be forgetting her name sometimes. Y'all know who I'm talking about on TNA. You put the title on her. Okay, cool. That's fine. A woman that's been in TNA for a good little minute, granted, used to be in WWE, but I'm happy for her. She put the work in. She put the grind in. I mean, I get it. She deserves that. But again, what the hell was the point? You had Kalani cooking as a heel. Any legitimacy that she had with that title reign, y'all took that fast as hell. Gone. I don't get it, man. Then we're gonna talk about, Kendall Gray. What? You mean to tell me you gonna have Kendall Gray, a woman that just won the Evolve Women's Champion? You gonna put her in the Deadline match? Mind you, now this is what kind of bothers me. Low key, what kind of grinds my gears? What I would say probably pisses me off. You had Callie Armstrong, the first Evolve Women's Champion, the very first one. Had her on NXT, had her losing. Didn't showcase her properly, but then you want to put Kendall Gray up there, give her the title. And then all of a sudden, her ass is in the Deadline match. And all of a sudden now she wins the Deadline Iron Survivor. I said, are you kidding me? Are you kidding? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's legitimately crazy. And I think it's a little messed up, man. I don't like how they did my girl Callie like that. You know what I'm saying? You had a woman that was looking strong, Roderick Strong, Callie Armstrong. And you said, nope, Kendall Gray. That's what we're going. You passed up on Kalani. You passed up on Lola. You passed up on Soul. You passed 4 women that have been there. I can check you into the Heartbreak Hotel. That man, Heartbreak Prince. How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm sorry. Yeah, I wanted to pop in, but I didn't mean to mess up your thing that you had going, what you were discussing.
Oh no, you good. You good, man. I was towards the end.
Yeah, it's all right. I know I'm a little late to the party. I kind of understand where you're coming from and how you feel about the whole Kendall Gray thing. But to me, at least in my head, how I made sense of it was the fact that I was like, obviously she's got to be the one to win this, because I just can't see anybody immediately going off and beating JC Jane like right now. Like, she just got the title back. Unless you're going to play hot potato and change the title again, you got to keep everybody else looking clean. So that's my only thought process behind it. I mean, that and the shock factor of like it wasn't somebody that you thought it would be from NXT probably added to that just a little bit. But that's my my cope. That's my cope with it. Not that I have anything against Kendall Gray. It was just a surprising pick, but then at the same time, it's like I think this makes sense as far as the first up to face JC Jane, and I don't see her actually beating JC Jane. So, yeah.
I feel that. Well, since you here, since you here,
Yep. The title's back with its rightful owner.
Yeah, we got it. Well, let's go ahead and talk about it, man. What are your thoughts on that man, Oba, beating that man, Ricky Saints, for that NXT title? I had to get your thoughts on this. I know
I'm ruler 100. I as I said a couple weeks ago when we discussed this, it was in that moment of that promo that was cut between those two that I just said, if you are in Shawn Michaels' position and you saw the promo that the ruler gave, and then you saw the fans react, like just viscerally just react to what he said, how he said it, and delivered that message, then you have to say, hey, they are behind this guy. And again, it's Obafemi, so you can't go wrong. And for him to come back in a way that he did and look as dominant as he did, it was hype. Definitely enjoyed it. I mean, look, I got nothing against Ricky Saints at all. All right. I'm just, you know how I feel about Obafemi. So I was happy to see him reclaim the title. And I had the feeling when they started talking about Cody saying, hey, whoever wins will get an opportunity to face me. I said, you got to. Hey, what's going on, Mr. Xclusive? How you doing? I said, you got to have Obafemi in this type of position. Because this man has literally carried the brand almost a year and has just been dominant. And I felt like the right decision was made, the right choice was made. And then for Javon Evans to win, to get ready to face Oba. I think they're really going to be building towards an Oba versus going brain dead. What's his name? The guy that keeps challenging Oba, talking about how when he first came in, from Dark State. I'm having a brain fart.
You talking about Saquon?
Saquon,
Saquon or Deion Lennox?
Deion Lennox.
Yeah.
Deion Lennox. I think that they're going to be building Deion Lennox up. And I think they're going to have at least a good, I would say, three more. Hey, loaded. What's up? I think that they're going to have at least probably 3 more months with Oba before they probably make any roster moves. I'm assuming Oba and Javon, the way they keep talking, will be going to the main roster. I think they got 3 more months to build Deion up. And I think that they're trying to make him look strong to be the next person that can probably like dethrone Oba, and it feel like, okay, yeah, this is the next person that probably should have the title. Because I see Ricky Saints. And again, I could be jumping ahead, but I see Ricky Saints, Javon Evans, Oba, and Trick. I just don't see them there too much longer. I don't know how much more you can do with them in NXT, but at the same time, it's one of those things where, I don't know what's going to happen with them when they go to the main roster, but I do like how they're trying to build them up. And then lastly, to see the way it ended, and to see my boy, who I haven't seen in a while either, return to the ring.
Yeah, man. Let's go ahead and let's just talk about that deadline match in general. Yes. Man. Let's go ahead and get into it, because this was a really good match. Like, hands down, really a good one. Banger. Leon Slater. I mean, that man hit so many swanton forfeit. I said, my God. Javon going crazy. Really getting that. Okay. And I didn't mean to cut you off, but I kind of thought about this last night when it happened. Yeah. I said, damn, last year, Javon was 3 seconds away from winning the deadline match. Now, it was funny, this year, in the last 3 seconds, he actually won it. And I said, all right, full circle moment, low key for my man Javon. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. I when Javon won it, I said, all right, we're gonna do this one last time, Javon and Oba. And I
wish it wasn't this. I wish it wasn't this, because I don't see Javon beating him. I don't. I don't see him beating the ruler this early. Like, what,
No.
you're gonna give the ruler the title and then a month or two from now take it away? Like, I don't see that happening.
No, you know what I think? I think Trick is still gonna do. I think he's gonna still interfere, and
He's
I
gonna
think
interfere.
yeah, because it's still those three. Like regardless, it is still always gonna be Javon, Trick, and Ova from even like from the beginning of this year. So I think it's still. I like in my head when I seen, I said, yeah, I think Trick's gonna interfere. I said because we haven't seen Trick in the deadline since he got eliminated in that first round from Miles Bourne. And he kept saying to Oba, I still want my title. I still want my NXT title. I'm coming for my NXT title. I say I'm not done. I say, yeah, you right, Trick. You right. You get what you want, okay? But then I'm thinking, okay, if Javon and Oba have that match at New Year's Evil, I said, well, the first one, I think that's, and even if Javon comes close, right, which I can see that happening, him getting very close to beating Oba, I can see Trick just pulling him right from the ring and be like, nah, it's still grown folks. But come on, bro. We can't keep doing it. And honestly, this might be a crazy fantasy booking, but I can see them maybe running it back for another Stand and Deliver one last time, those three.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Loaded just said. He talked about being a triple threat. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
thinking, I actually don't think that's a bad idea. I think that Trick will probably weasel his way into making it a triple threat, some way, somehow, and running it back. I mean, look, honestly, that's what WWE's been doing anyway for the last this last year. I mean, we're going back to Vegas for WrestleMania again. It's probably going to be, another Cody and Roman and
Hmm.
whatever, but they're probably going to run it back because like last year or a year ago, this match was fire, between the Trick Williams, between Javon and Oba. And if you decide to put the title on Javon at standing at New Year's Evil, Trick could probably take the pin. Because I don't see Javon
Yeah.
turning around and pinning Oba. I don't know. I'm running it through my head trying to figure it out, but
Yeah.
it just sucks because it's like y'all put Javon in this position after Oba just got the title back. I'd almost rather have seen Ricky Saints retain and then maybe Javon beat Ricky or something like that. Like
Yeah.
I just don't see
Something.
them passing the title again like that quickly. I don't know. I could
Yeah.
be wrong, but it just seems too fast. But again, it's WWE and it happens. We've seen people have the title for 2 weeks. We've seen people win it on one night and lose it the very
Lose the
next.
next
So
night. Yeah.
I
No
mean, it
cap.
can happen. It's just it goes back to the same complaint that we always have about, look, if you're trying to give titles the prestige, you can't just be passing it around like hopscotch over and over and over. But I will say I was a little disappointed that Jada Parker wasn't involved in this at all, in any part of
Yeah.
the programming at all. Lola's been killing it. She's been doing stuff in AAA and there, so I can understand her being rewarded and everything. But I still think the whole time I was watching last night, I just kept thinking Jada should have been in this some way somehow. She's not on the main roster. She's been, she's over with the crowd in NXT. I just don't understand, why in moments like this, like she's nowhere to be found. Like she's not involved at all.
Yeah.
That was a miss last night for me because, I thought Jada should have been involved.
Yeah, and then again, not trying to throw shade on Kendall Gray, but it's like when you throw in Kendall Gray and you don't throw in somebody like a Jada Parker that could not only potentially be a great champion, but people are gonna want to see her. And even if she won that, the people would have popped for that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And it would have been a great opportunity for Jada too, but
Yeah.
that was one thing I will say last night that I did think about a lot. Like, where's Jada in this? I mean, we had Soul Ruka, we had Kalani Jordan, we had
Yeah. Lola, we had
Lola
Jordan
Vice, we
Grace.
had Jordan Grace. So like, I was just
A
thinking,
lot of
man,
original, I wouldn't say original, but a lot of kind of NXT, that staple of the women's
yeah,
division right now, like the real
yeah,
heavy hitters.
yeah. Hey, loaded. It
He's
could
cooking.
be. Like I
Josh is
said,
cooking low key.
when it comes, yeah, he is. When it comes to Oba and this thing with Javon, like and right now, like I really just don't know because honestly, when Oba went away for a minute, we were all thinking that he was getting ready to go up to the main roster. So when he came back, the fact that he even came back, and is still involved in NXT, it's like it's a good thing because like I've said, like we know that Oba's going to be taken care of. He's going to be, he's going to be treated the way he should. In NXT as far as giving that TV time, that he's going to have storylines around him, that type of thing. But I just don't know. This Oba thing is killing me because after he won, I was excited, but then I was also like, but what does this mean? Like, so is Ricky Saints going to the main roster and Oba's going to stay in NXT because he just got the title, and I'm sure they're going to give him a little bit of a reign. And then the way they kind of shook hands in the middle of the ring last night, like, it was like a respect thing. And it was, to me, kind of like, hey, look, I'm getting ready to go, like for Ricky anyway, I'm getting ready to go on, it's back to you to finish carrying the brand, whatever. Because we say when Ricky first got there anyway, we didn't expect him to be there probably more than 6 to 8 months to really kind of just learn the WWE style of producing and whatever.
I thought he would have been there for maybe 3 to 4
Yeah, and
months.
I don't know. So he debuted March of this year? April?
Yeah.
This year? Was it this year? So it's probably about time for him to probably go on. And I'm sure Cody's, pushing for that too, because I know they're good friends. So I don't know. I just, it got me. It was a couple things last night that got me. Like I said, the Kendall Gray thing and then the Oba thing. Because I was just trying to map it out in my head of like, okay, so what does this mean? Anyhow, but he said Jada should team up with Jade so Jade can take the title off.
Well, I mean, and I see what Green. I see what he's saying though, because Jade Cargill has been saying she's looking for baddies. So I'd be like, okay, Jada Parker could be a very high potential of a baddie. That would be. I mean, honestly, that'd be really good for her.
Yeah.
But she needs like another. She needs like another. Yeah, she needs like another woman that can really kind of talk like Jada. That will have that. And I can't 100% say Lonnie yet. Like I feel like if they would have kept that Knockouts championship on Lonnie just a little bit longer for her to get a little bit more of that, just that real rugged, I'd have been like, yeah, I think she's got it. But Jada 100%, I think, could qualify to be one of Jade's baddies. I just don't know who else it would be. Now, let's throw in a Latina. We could throw Lola Vice up in there. That wouldn't be a bad move. I mean, she can kind of talk a little bit. That'd be a little different. You got two black women and you got one Latina. So I mean, we can mix it up. A lot of diversity there.
I like the idea of Jada. I like it being Jada. If that would be the case, have Lash turn on Nia and she can be the. See, the thing is though,
I like
it would, but I like the dynamic of Nia and
Lash, right?
Lash right now. Yeah. So I don't want them to flip that too soon because I do like the dynamic of these two ladies, and I thought it was like a perfect like pairing for these two ladies in the WWE, and they've kind of brought back the tag team titles in the women's division just a little bit. It's starting to feel like a respected title, especially after coming from Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. And now the way that they're kind of building stories around it with these tag teams, I'm kind of liking that. Now you got Io and Mommy. Now you got the baddies. You got Lash and Nia Jax, and so like I do like that. But if with Jade, I would like to see that opportunity for Jada because I thought Jada had one awesome year. Like she had one hell of a year.
Yeah,
Lash got rewarded. Even though it kind of like for Lash, it was up and down. Like it was like 1 minute they were pushing her, then all of a sudden we stopped seeing her, then she's back, and then she's, and now she's on the main roster. But for Jada, it would be nice to have her go there too. But he said it is unexpectedly entertaining. Yeah, I think you're talking about Nia and Lash.
Yeah,
I agree. I really kind of like the way them two pair together. I think they fit. I really do. I think
they do. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. But having Lash being one of Jade Cargill's baddies, it could really work, bro. That could really it's okay. No, because this really could cook. Like these, I'm really thinking about like Jade's got the mic work, Jada's got the mic work, Lash has got the mic work, and all three of them. Well, 2 out of 3. I ain't disrespecting Jade. But when it comes to Jada and Lash, they got some right hands, and they can talk, but then they like wrestling wise, especially Lash with that right arm, that should be crazy. And then you got Jada with the little smack in the. So I think they could really do something, but then I mean, even them being baddies, I think that could even lead to them having really good singles careers because you can have a Jada Parker turn on Jade Cargill and it would cook. Same thing with Lash. So I think that could be. I feel you on that one, Josh. That man said the new big three, low key, low key. I can see that. I can see that. But yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of potential with them. I think we could see something. Maybe, and maybe that might be the reason why we haven't seen Jada Parker. It could be the reason why she might
Ooh,
be the new baddie. Who knows?
yeah, I guess we had Bianca. What
Oh,
is going on? Where is Bianca? We haven't seen her in a minute.
well, I think they said it was first for her finger, right? And
Yeah,
then she was on Chris Van Vliet. She said her finger was pretty much almost healed up.
yeah.
Then I seen another picture maybe a month and a half ago that her finger was fine. Like I think she was back and ready to go. I honestly think they're just saving her for the Rumble. I think that's just what it is, man. I think
I mean,
because
how could you not have somebody like that on television? And with the way that the women's division is really heating up, like you would think that having her in a mix. But you know what? You know what? It could be good because if you're going to build a good feud, and especially if it's going to end up being anything with Bianca and Jade,
yeah,
having Bianca off TV for a while is going to be good because the pop she'll get when she actually returns, the way Jade's been walking around carrying herself as the champion. Okay.
heel stuff,
Yeah,
heelish
yeah,
moves.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And it'd be
yeah.
good for her to come in and be that face. And you got there you go. Trips and them. They love they got it, the heel versus
The
face. They
heel
don't like
versus
the
the
heel
face.
heel. They don't
Yeah,
like the face thing too much. But yeah. I'm
yeah,
I'm gonna stay quiet on that. So I think
yeah,
that can work. Yeah, I really do
yeah.
think that can work.
Yeah, because that's why I kept thinking. I was like, yeah, I think they're gonna save it for the Rumble. Cause and then even too to kind of break down, how they've been doing like when they first started showing like the women's side for the WrestleMania commercials. They were showing Charlotte, Rhea, Io, and all them. And then when Liv came back, they showed Liv. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
you've been peeping, but when they show Liv, there's another person that is next to her that they don't show. And I think
Mm.
that other person is Bianca.
Bianca.
Yeah. Because if we got Jade there, I 100%, I'm
Yeah,
like, nah, Bianca, I think Bianca's that last one. And I think they're going to
as she should
save
be.
that for when the Rumble happens, unless they do something stupid and accidentally spoil it for us, like they always do.
Well,
But
look, they
something
only
like
got
this,
like
they need
what
to keep on the
a
wraps.
month. Rumbles in
Yeah, about a
January,
month.
so
Is
they
it,
got a
is
month.
it the end of
Yeah,
January? Or?
in
Okay.
into January, I believe is normally somewhere around there. I don't know exactly the date, but
Hmm.
um, so yeah, I mean they got another month, so they just need to play it cool for 3 more weeks at least.
Yeah.
Well, it's a month and a half really, but yeah, somewhere around there. So yeah, but I think that'll be good. Yeah, 'cause I really do hope they go into a Bianca J feud and let that lead in going into WrestleMania. But I'm sorry, I'm taking you off track.
No,
You were trying
you're
to get
good.
to the men's match, and so we could talk about how it ended because I had
We
another
got to talk
return.
about your guy.
Yeah, he's
That man, the Don man. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about it, man. First of all, Javon winning the men's the deadline survivor match. This was another banger of a match. Honestly, Javon getting the dub with Over coming out at the end. I thought it was interesting. I said, all right, one last time. But then randomly, we got a little video package. It was a man and a jacket and a hat walking in the dark. And I said, well, who the hell is this? And then all of a
Woo!
sudden, we seen the Don. Okay, Tony D'Angelo. That
Tony
man been going.
D'Angelo.
I
He's
don't
been
know
going
what
for a
was it
minute.
since like April or May. I think.
Yeah,
It's
hey,
been
hey,
a hot minute.
that's what I said. It's Tony D.
Tony D, and he looks like he's back to being the Don now. You seen the jacket he had on?
The
I said,
jacket he had on.
yeah, boy. He
The
looked
only thing
he looked
about it
good.
was the pop. I didn't think the pop was as good as I thought it would be.
Yeah,
I have to go
there
back
was
and
no
watch it.
pop.
It's
There
like
wasn't really a pop.
I know, and I was like, you know, is this did the crowd not feel it? Because also when he reached in his pocket, and he dropped the little
The
with
roses, the little black rose of
little
the rose
black
petals.
pedal. Yeah, because remember he delivered some of those to the NXT GM
Oh, Ava.
Ava. Yeah,
Yeah.
she had them. I was like, what is this? And he's like, well, I don't know. It just says Ava. And when she opened it after, whatever the vignette or whatever the promo, she dumped it out on the daggone on desk. We were like, what is that? Who's sitting there this? And it was Tony D. And it's like, so what is happening? And then when he puts that on Javon, I'm like, it was Tony D that delivered those. So I don't know. but then the crowd, they just won't into it. And I was like, this is Tony D, the family. Like, I don't know.
Disrespectful, low key. Yeah, that was
But he
crazy.
looked good. He looked good. And I didn't know if he was gone because I know he's been filming stuff as well. So he's doing his little acting thing too.
Mm-hmm.
But it was good to see him back. I'm excited to see Tony D back and kind of what's getting ready to happen. So
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's very interesting. They threw us some curveballs. They kind of, they did a few things. I think, last night. I think it was like I can't say it was a bad show. I think it was a good show. Some of the decisions I definitely questioned, but I think overall I was still very satisfied with this whole show. But yeah, I
yeah, I
just don't
saw
see how
some.
they didn't give my man Tony D a pop, man.
Yeah, let me just say I saw some. I saw a hell of a soul snatchers like
Oh yeah,
them soul snatchers yesterday, boy. Oh my gosh.
crazy.
I was like, look, I watch NXT just to see the soul snatcher. Like I will watch Soul Ruka and it just to see somebody's soul be snatched. The way she does it, man. The one on Kalani Jordan, them two together, I love it. It's just
Banger, man.
she tosses Kalani like into the ring. Some other girl tries something. She tosses her against the rope, like kicks her. They both get up, and I said, "Dang, Kalani just got in the ring." And next thing you know, she's standing up, and her soul's being snatched. It was diabolical. Like I just got up, I'm back down. Like it's like when you used to play the wrestling games, and it's like me and my brothers. We used to have like the little connector, the connector that you plug up to your PlayStation, and you can play all four. So all four you can play at one time, and it's like when you get mad because somebody's winning and then the other three gang up on you and you can't get up
and they just all stuck.
You get up and then they keep beating you down. You get back up and then somebody else hit a special on you in the game. Yeah. That's how I was like yesterday. And I was watching it. I said, man, I said Kalani can't get up. But but Tony D, to get to him real quick, I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I like the idea of him being involved in this main picture somewhere. Just because you know how I feel about Tony D and the family. Seeing him back is good. I hope he gets a better pop on on NXT when they're back at home and he makes
which they should. I'm gonna tell Jay, y'all better pop for this man.
Yeah, because my only thought process was, he hasn't been on TV since for the last 5-6 months, maybe, or somewhere around there. Yeah. And so being in a different place, if they don't, because I think they were at San Diego last night. I can't remember.
San Antonio.
This is San Antonio. Mm-hmm. Being there and if you're not like an avid follower of NXT, they probably didn't even know who that was. Like when he unmasked, it was like, okay, well, who's this guy? I don't really know.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't been on TV in a while. There's been no stories around him. But if he would have done that at Full Sail back when they were down in Florida, I think the pop would have been a lot bigger. I really do.
Yeah, definitely would have.
Yeah,
we'll see, man. I'm hoping they do him right. Pause. I hope they do.
They did that man Oba right. Hey, that's all I care about right there.
Oba went back to the motherland and he became the man that he needed to be.
To the soil that made
that made me.
Yes.
You got it, Oba.
He told him. Yeah, he told him. Oba called the shot. He told him the ruler is back, the destroyer is back, the bringer of war is back. Your daddy is home. And he showed him. And then I like how he walked to Dion and said, I've done my part. Now it's time for you to do yours. He didn't.
He did.
He talked all that mess to the ruler, and then went out there and took an L.
Javon, come on, bro.
I said, "Come on, man, you gotta tighten up, bro."
And that's what I'm saying.
The way it was going, I thought for sure it was gonna be his in the bag, just because I thought it'd be nice. They got a nice story going, and also Oba just won the title, so his first match is, of course, gonna be somebody that he probably should win or beat if he's gonna, have a title match. So I thought he would be the perfect person, and then you can continue to build on that story. But to see Javon win, it was like, oh, they actually took a completely different path. But I say, why Javon? I don't want to see Javon lose again for the NXT title. I don't want to see that happen.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's what I'm saying. We gotta because I'm telling you, I really feel like Trick he's gotta have something involved with this. I can't see Javon losing clean like he did the first time. Like I can't. I just feel like if they're gonna if y'all gonna sit there and prolong this story, And at this point, you might as well just do it all the way to the stand and deliver. Because we're already at the tail end of the year. We're in December. And stand and deliver is what, 4 or 5 months from now? Yeah.
Mhm.
You can build something. You can build something. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what they do. But as always, please make sure y'all follow all of our social media. I tell y'all this all the time. Come on, man. This ain't nothing new. Facebook, we on that. X, we on that. Instagram, we on that. TikTok, we on that as well. Hey, look, appreciate the love y'all been showing on TikTok, man. We're at 535 followers, and we're looking at 218 subscribers. So y'all keep liking it up. Y'all keep subscribing. Tell people about us. And, even throwing some comments, man, because we always be responding as well. So just please make sure y'all do that, man. We always appreciate the love, support y'all give, whether it's on any of our social media platforms, whether it's on here on YouTube, especially on TikTok. Y'all know I'll be on the panels, and I'm actually going to start doing some more live panels myself, just to kind of see how some of our other viewers and followers kind of want to hear us on a regular day-to-day basis. I'm thinking about starting to do a few watch parties on TikTok. So if y'all want to join in
Hey,
with
let's
me, I'll go ahead and
go.
start doing those. You know what I'm saying? Get some people going.
It gets
But
the people going.
get some people going, man. But hey, y'all just make sure y'all keep liking it up, keep commenting, because we're gonna keep giving you that content the exclusive way. Come on, man. Y'all already know what this is, man.
The block is hot.
Oh man, but we had a lot of great things we talked about with NXT Deadline, man. With Javon, the ruler, and of course,
Ooh.
when we talked about some of our concerns with our girl Jada Parker and Lonnie, and of course, seeing a couple of souls getting snatched by the good old Soul Ruka. Okay,
Let
but
her
we're
get up, Soul. Let her get up.
get up. So as always, I'm your humble host, your man, your myth, your legend, Eric Knight, and we had the one man and the only man that could check into the Heartbreak Hotel. That's Heartbreak Prince himself. Because we are the exclusive nights, we always ensure that we are the best there is, the
The
best there
best there
was,
was,
and
and
the
the best
best
there
there
ever
ever
will
will
be.
be. And to always
Excellence of
ensure,
execution.
come on, man, and to always ensure that your nights will
Will
never
never
be the
the
same.
same.
Y'all be good.